We've all seen a pit maneuver video at some point, but would autopilot keep a Tesla for being pitted? Or what happens when this Tahoe is pitted at high speed? Even in the case when this red car does a 360-degree flip, these are three cases where unique and controversial pit maneuvers ended chases before other innocent bystanders got hurt, and somehow the drivers survived. Starting with the crazy car flip of this 2010 Toyota Corolla. On July 12, 2023, about 6 miles from the small, quiet town of Glenwood, State Trooper Ryan Wingo was driving along the US Highway 70 when he witnessed a red Toyota Corolla traveling westbound in front of him at a high rate of speed. As Trooper Ryan Wingo sped up to catch up to the Toyota, he activated his front radar and clocked the vehicle's speed at 81 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. Trooper Wingo ran the license, which showed nothing out of the ordinary, and he activated his emergency lights and informed dispatch that he was attempting a traffic stop on the vehicle near the old Bonnerdale store, which is now closed. Almost 11 miles from where this chase would come to an abrupt stop. The driver, later identified as Alberto Reyes, continued to drive westbound. Trooper Wingo updated dispatch that the driver was refusing to stop, which initiated the vehicle pursuit. For a car chase, Alberto is taking things slow and turns left onto Bumblebee Road. Trooper Wingo sees a perfect opportunity to end the pursuit with a pit maneuver.
And we're turning on South Bumblebee.
You can see that the trooper's vehicle made solid contact with the vehicle. Still, the driver was able to maintain control of his vehicle and quickly increased his speed to around 60 miles per hour on this quiet residential street. The speed limit in this neighborhood is only 35 miles per hour. Now, Alberto is attempting to flee and evade Trooper Wingo, adding to his growing list of charges.
Driving an oncoming lane. I'm going to try to get him up here in a straight stretch past Coca-Cola.
This is now becoming even more dangerous, with Alberto now driving on both sides of this narrow road. If someone pulls out or comes around one of these corners in the opposite direction, this could end in a head-on collision. Trooper Wingo quickly closes the distance, looking for another opportunity to end this chase with another attempt at a pit maneuver. Trooper Wingo sees his opportunity on this straightaway and sets up on the suspect's right rear bumper.
Bit successful, roll over.
Trooper Wingo immediately starts screaming at the driver to show his hands. He has no idea if Alberto is armed, so he decides to wait for backup before he approaches the vehicle. While waiting for backup, Alberto threw out a partially full beer can into the ditch, trying to get rid of the evidence. This also helped make things more clear as to why he did not stop at the beginning of the pursuit. After backup arrived on the scene, they were able to take Alberto out of the car and cuff him. They have to extract him out of the passenger side due to his size and the fact that the driver's door cannot be opened because of the way the vehicle landed in the ditch. A computer check on Alberto showed no license information, but arrest information for a DWI and refusal to submit to chemical testing by Glenwood PD on January 1st, 2023. Pafford EMS responded to the scene and cleared Alberto of any injuries, and his vehicle also had empty and unopened containers of alcohol. Alberto had a strong odor of alcohol coming from his breath, and he was unable to stand up straight or walk in a straight line. He was transported to Glenwood Police Department and was read his DWI statement of rights. Alberto agreed to a breath sample at 9:11 p.m. and blew a 0.11% on a blood alcohol test. Alberto was transported to Hot Spring County Jail and charged with fleeing vehicle or conveyance, driving while intoxicated, reckless driving, no driver's license, driving left of center, fail to obey stop sign, speeding, and open container of alcohol in a motor vehicle. Even during his arrest, he looked confused. Maybe he was just thinking about how he survived that crazy pit maneuver. Either way, drinking and driving is unacceptable. This all could have been avoided, just like this next pit maneuver where a Tesla driver decided to destroy it in a high-speed chase. About 3 hours away from Alberto's accident in the much larger town of Memphis, Arkansas, on July 12, 2023, Trooper James Collins was notified about a pursuit coming eastbound on Interstate 40. Trooper Collins was sitting in his patrol car at this on-ramp to the interstate. Further west from Trooper Collins, a St. Francis County deputy was pursuing 2 gray vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed. Trooper Collins was going to set up his spike strip, but decided against it due to the heavy traffic and high speeds. So he waited on the eastbound on-ramp from West Service Road to get ready to join in on the chase. He stays in constant communication with the deputy, who is in pursuit of the 2 speeding vehicles, which both turn out to be Teslas. Before they reach Trooper Collins, one of the speeding Teslas takes the 275 exit. The deputy mentions that he has no time to go back for the Tesla that took the exit, and he is forced to keep chasing the other Tesla. What could have happened here is that Trooper Collins could have turned around at his spot and driven down the West Service Road back to the other Tesla to catch them while the deputy chased the other one. This way, they have a chance of catching both reckless drivers. Instead, Trooper Collins joins the chase with the deputy.
I took the exit behind me. Come on, get on. We're passing to get on ramp.
Are you eastbound on 40?
Yeah, eastbound on 40. Coming up towards the Walmart exit. Right there, right lane.
Four shape 1037.
Wow, this Tesla is moving fast. Both officers are forced to make some sketchy driving moves and accelerate as this Tesla is starting to get away from them. Even when going 115 miles per hour, they are still struggling to keep up.
We're climbing on them now, 3.
As they start to catch up to the suspect, you can see more officers on the service road joining the pursuit. As they approach the Ingram Street overpass, officers have deployed spike strips in an attempt to flatten the tires on the Tesla in hopes of slowing this pursuit down.
It looks like they spiked it.
Spiked him, he's still over higher. I'm trying to get up to him.
Trooper Collins, with some amazing driving skills, avoids hitting the spike strips. The pursuing officers get word that the Tesla hit the spike strips, and now his tires should start losing air.
I'll hold traffic, hit it.
You can see the officer up ahead setting up for a TVI, tactical vehicle intervention, in an attempt to spin out the Tesla. Somehow, the driver maintains control and the chase continues.
Watch out, 24. Yeah, wait. Alright, TBI, unsuccessful. 24, I get it.
We got him, suspect tire.
The trooper attempts another TVI, and again, the Tesla somehow maintains control. Some say that performing a TVI at speeds like this is too dangerous. Some say it should never be done at high speeds, while others say it is necessary and should be performed if there are no other cars in the immediate surroundings. Do you think this was a good move by the officers, even if it failed? This deputy is not giving up, and he successfully executes the third pit maneuver.
TBI, TBI. He hit 24's car.
The Tesla tries to maintain its control, but this time, the back of the vehicle spins out due to the tires being punctured by the spikes. Driving without rubber on your tires makes it impossible to maintain control. The driver's overcorrection causes the car to swerve and hit the deputy.
He hit 24's car. I rammed him.
What happened next is out of frame, and unfortunately, we can't see what happens. However, thanks to Trooper Collins' report, we know what happened. The suspect's vehicle came to a stop, and 2 suspects were placed into custody without incident. West Memphis patrolman Cole Strayhorn located a small black bag in the passenger side floorboard area that contained a small amount of marijuana and digital scales. The front seat passenger, Jaden Taylor, was charged with misdemeanor possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. The driver, Michael Williams, was charged with misdemeanor possession of marijuana, misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, reckless driving, no liability insurance, unauthorized use of a vehicle, fleeing, and aggravated assault. The driver stated his cousin rented the Tesla from the Turo app. He stated he paid his cousin $500 to use the car to go to Dallas and back for his birthday. West Memphis Police Department transported Williams and Taylor to the Crittenden County Detention Center to be processed. Looking at the crash site, this TVI was not in a bad location, but could have gone bad if the Tesla somehow flipped like the red Toyota. If it flipped over the guard railing, this would be a different kind of ending for Michael and Jaden. Amazingly, this is also the location where the next chase started. What is it with crazy drivers here? Just 200 yards back from the Tesla crash site, this chase involved a driver named Thomas Bradley. And though it started quickly, it won't last long. On August 17, 2023, Trooper Spencer Morris overheard radio traffic of a Marion police officer, John Dexter, in a vehicle pursuit on Military Road headed towards Mound City Road with a black Chevrolet Tahoe. The pursuit ends up merging onto the I-40, and this is where Trooper Morris speeds up to meet the pursuit and jump into action. Trooper Morris radioed to Officer Dexter that he would assume a primary position in the pursuit and hold traffic off of him so that he could perform a TVI. When the black Tahoe entered the interstate, Thomas quickly began driving at speeds of more than 100 miles per hour with other motorists present. Trooper Morris was going to make this one fast and end the chase before things got worse. His pit maneuver would cause Thomas's vehicle to rotate in a clockwise motion, striking the outside concrete wall.
Tell us speeds 120 or 104, you're in medium traffic. You on that ACS 67X. Tell them.
Trooper Morris has to be careful when slowing down to avoid any traffic that might have gotten past the other patrol vehicles behind him. He turns and instructs the training officer next to him to grab his Class II firearm just in case Thomas tries something stupid. Thomas Bradley was taken into custody without incident. A license plate check showed that it was expired, and Thomas also had a suspended driver's license. Thomas was transported to the Crittenden County Detention Center, where EMS evaluated Thomas. Thomas had turned pale white and was very clammy. Trooper Morris suggested to the EMS crew that Thomas might have eaten narcotics. He was given a dose of Narcan, and he then woke up before he was transported to the Baptist Crittenden Hospital in West Memphis, where he could be evaluated. Thomas was charged with failure to register vehicle, driving on a suspended license, speeding more than 15 miles per hour, reckless driving, Even though pit maneuvers can be dangerous and controversial, these insane TBIs ended up with no one being harmed. This is not always the case, however, as sometimes car chases end very badly. That's why you should check out our other story on how this person could have avoided serious injury and even death. Click the video on screen to see more. Don't forget to subscribe.